Hello everybody. It's quite an unusual time for me to stream, but I just figured, lunch break, playing Darksiders. Maybe you guys want to watch too. And we're at a point of the game, which is a pivotal point for me because this is where I left off a few years ago, about halfway through the game. And the sound seems to be okay. No crackling, everything's streaming good. Alright. We've had some streaming issues with, hold on. We've had some streaming issues with Jack and Lolo as well. And unfortunately, I think it's because I'm far away. I'm in Thailand and they're in Portugal, so it's been difficult to stream. Yeah. When we stream together, when we tried to have an Xbox party. It's been pretty difficult. So on Xbox from now on, solo streams, and on the computer maybe soon enough. Maybe soon we'll have more. But I'm having issues with my computer too. So this is great. So yeah, we'll see. This game, at first I disagreed how Lawrence and Lolo and Jack talked about it. They described this game as a type of Zelda, but with a different aesthetic. And truth is, I didn't play that much Zelda, but they seem to think that that's the case. Because there's a lot of puzzles and a lot of fighting. Right now in this area, it's mostly fighting. But I would say this game it's like maybe 80% puzzles, 10% wandering around, wondering what the fuck you're supposed to do, and the final 10% actual fighting. Although the fighting is actually a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie. It can be repetitive, but you can unlock moves and 2 or 3 different weapons. So it's not that bad. It's old now, the game. You feel it when you play it. But it aged well, I believe. I don't think it's so bad. There's some, you can still manipulate the camera and everything. But this game, this is a remastered version, by the way. But I played this game when it came out in, I want to say 2011 or 12, something like that. It was going to be either this or Castlevania for 360. And I ended up going with Darksiders. I bought it for 20 euros. So a third of the price of a brand new game. Bought it at a small independent store that I hope still exists. But at the time, even 10 years ago, it was the last independent video game store in the province of the north in France. All the other shops where you can buy video games are part of a chain or franchise or something along those lines. Yeah, it's a bit sad actually that it came to that. I'm actually glad to see that in Thailand a lot of retailers for video games are still independent actually. Not all of them are chains or something like that. There's a lot of little stands and small shops. So that's really cool, in my opinion. I think it's important to keep small businesses alive. And you can do that by supporting them and buying your games there. So if you're gonna buy some video games, I highly recommend that you buy them from a small shop. Usually the people who work in these shops, in these independent shops, are the owners, obviously. And a lot of them are passionate about video games, so you can just go to them and ask, what they recommend. You might even get a deal with the price, or if you have a game that you want to exchange. It's not so corporate. GameStop will give you freaking, 50 cents for a game you bought 2 weeks ago. There's none of that. In general. in my hometown of Brussels, kind of where I grew up, there were still a few independent video game shops that were pretty cool, actually. And you could do things like, for example, a friend of mine once bought the Green Lantern game. And it's not the Green Lantern based off the DC comics. It's the game of that stupid-ass Ryan Reynolds movie that came out a few years ago. He bought that game, brand new. I told him he was stupid, and he said, "Oh yeah, but maybe it's good." The game was garbage. And he went back to the shop after trying it for a day. The game worked. It's not that the game didn't work. He just said, "Dude, this game is so bad. I don't want to play this. Can I exchange it for something else?" The guy said, "Hold on a minute. I gotta call the boss." And eventually, he let him exchange the game. Now, with a caveat, he exchanged it for Dark Souls. At the time, we didn't know what Dark Souls was. It was the first Dark Souls. He was like, okay, this is going to be a cool game, so I think that was more punishment. He was like, okay, I'll let you exchange it for Dark Souls. So my poor friend did it, but in the end, Dark Souls became one of his favorite games of all time, so that's pretty cool, actually. So I don't know how to take care of this boss. I have played this before, but I forgot how to. And yep, it shows, but I forgot how to play this. Also, talking at the same time doesn't help. But I am here to entertain the masses. Did we get the mini boss? Yeah. I'm assuming, if I remember correctly, we are going to win this horse after we defeat this guy. I remember when I bought the game the first time, I saw the cover. I bought this game exclusively because of the cover and the back cover. Walked in the shop, I was like, this looks really cool. I didn't do much research. I just knew I wanted like an action adventure game. And it was going to be either this or Castlevania. Lords of Shadow, I think it's called. I think it's called Lords of Shadow. I'm not too sure, not 100% sure. And I ended up going with this one, and I was like, oh, this horse looks really cool. You're 10 hours into the game before the horse shows up. And if I'm not wrong, the whole game is about, what, 20 hours long? But the cool thing is that at least you do get to use the horse and the game goes faster. Because as I've said before, if you are lost in this game, you do spend a lot of time trying to figure out what to do. Oftentimes the game says, oh, you have to open that door, right? But to open that door you need an item, and you gotta go somewhere else. The game doesn't tell you to go somewhere else. This is at the turning point, I believe, of where video games started to hold your hand every time you wanna complete something. Who's this? Can you sing a song for us? Yeah, I can sing a song for you. Who's this? Though I want to know who I'm talking to. Nabit Nahi. I'm guessing a Thai person. I'll sing a a traditional song from my home country where I was born, and it's called As Meninas da Ribeira do Sado. It's the song about the ladies of the Sado River. Trala, bomba e o foguete vai no ar. Arrebenta, fica todo queimado, ninguém fala mais bem. As meninas da Ribeira do Sado, as meninas da Ribeira do Sado é que é. Lavram a terra com as unhas dos pés. As meninas da Ribeira do Sado são más ovelhas, têm carapatos atrás das orelhas. Yeah. So the translation is pretty much fireworks in the air, it blows up, everything gets burned. Nobody dances better than the ladies of the Sado River. And like when it says ladies in English, it's more like a single lady, right? Not necessarily a little girl, more like a single lady, a single young lady. And then it says like, those ladies from the river are the best. They plow the land with their toenails. Like plowing the land is when you're a farmer and you have to open the dirt with a machine or something so you can put the seeds later. And this lady, she plows the land with her toenails. You know, so she uses her toes, they use their toes to open a hole in the dirt so they can plant the seeds. And they're just like the sheep, they have insects, fleas behind their ear. Yeah, so that's the song. Hey, hello tube. Sawadee crap. Yeah, we still I have another half hour before we go. Oh, look at that. Looks like somebody had trouble finding their legs. Have you lost your footing, mate? So we gonna get this horse or what? Come here, horse. We're gonna tame this horse. Horse. Come here. Oof. Ah, okay. It's supposed to happen. We're going to tame the horse. Taming means like when you put an animal into submission. So he becomes our friend. We have to dominate it.
I won't fight you.
Oh, the Horse Whisperer.
Order you to break that night.
And if I refuse,
You should watch that movie with Clint
I'll
Eastwood.
take my chances.
Horse people love that movie. It's very shaky, in my opinion. It's so-so. It's not that great of a movie, I'm gonna be honest. It's like those dramas, you watch it with your mom on a Sunday afternoon, you know? It's about a guy who, you know, he can tame horses nobody else can tame. So he whispers in their ear, sweet, sweet words. And then the horse becomes their friend. And Clint Eastwood, by the way, who has Clint Eastwood, who had a reputation to be like this bad boy cowboy, you know, stoic demeanor, Dirty Harry. Literally, he is Dirty Harry. Yeah, we unlocked Ruin. Reunited. Great. This is great. Woo! This is so much better than walking around. Ow. What can I do here? Can I use this weapon too? I cannot use my second. Oh, but I can shoot. Bam, 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 bam. Die, trash. I can call them trash because they are demons. Can I hop off the horse? Oh, nice. Hold on. Can I defend? Can I block on the horse? No. No, you can just gallop, slash. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, back when games, like, I was trying to make a point about, yeah, so in this game you waste a lot of time, or I do, because I have a terrible sense of orientation. I spend a lot of time lost sometimes, because when the game says, hey, you have to go unlock that door, right? Oh, you can't hear us clear. Game's so loud. Ooh, okay, hold on a moment. Hold on. I can fix this. Guys, I'll be right back.